What's going on, guys? Bobby with Consumer Time Capsule, back with another review for you here. And we're back at the headquarters, back at the Capsule, and it's just about Easter time. It's what, April Fool's Day this year? Something like that. So coming up really, really soon, and right about now, all the grocery stores around you are starting to stock up all that Easter stuff. So we're trying to figure out what's good, what's not. There's actually no new product per se that we're covering here, but two really interesting things and new takes on some old stuff too. So first, we're going to be looking at Peeps Oreos. So Peeps Oreos actually came out last year. So this is a neat kind of co-branding that they did with Peeps, because I don't think Nabisco makes Peeps, right? I mean, Nabisco puts their name pretty prominently on anything that they do. So really, this one's kind of interesting because last year they did a golden Oreo cookie with pink, like a pink cream inside. This time you get a chocolate cookie like a traditional Oreo, but it's got a Peeps, like a Peeps design on it, like a Peep imprint, and or like not an imprint, I mean, because it's like popping out, like a 3D Peep coming right at you. Last year was just like a regular Oreo cookie, so they're putting in a little bit of extra effort this year. And they also have kind of like a bluish cream, like purplish bluish, kind of mid-range purple, mid-range blue, Peep colored center. So that's going to be interesting. So yeah, definitely. I mean, I tried it last year, but not on camera, so it's a whole new ball game. And also, Cadbury brought back the Creme Egg Cookies this year. So these have been around actually since 2015. It's a line extension for the Cadbury Egg. And literally, it's like the egg cream with the egg center and everything, but on a bed of a chocolate cookie covered in milk chocolate. So I've actually never tried these before. I always thought that they were really interesting, but I don't know, for some reason, just I kind of figured the package might be a little bit tough to save, so I never actually went out of my way to try it. But you know, now that I'm trying to share some perspective with you guys, make sure that you make the most out of your Easter, you know, I figure why not give it a shot. So we're going to start things out by looking at these Peeps Oreos. Of course, we got Nobody Does It Butter providing the support for the Peeps Oreo this time. Of course, you know how we do it. Sometimes when we got to prop something up, it takes some generic, I can't believe it's not butter. So today, thank you to, what is it, Sure Fresh, we got Nobody Does It Butter. And I'm sure it's fresh. But it not anymore, because it's been empty and sitting on a shelf for like 4 years. So anyway, I'm going to open up these Peeps Oreos. So inside, there's going to be Peeps, like, sugar. It's like a textured frosting. Like, it's got, crunchy sugar crystals. So it's not just like, hey, this mildly tastes like a Peep inside. They try to mimic the texture of a Peep in the Oreo cookie filling itself. So here we go. It actually looks a bit more purple than the packaging makes it look. It's kind of a deepish purple, right? What is that? A periwinkle? There you go. So so you get a lot of these cookies in here, and you know, it's pretty well filled. It's almost like a double stuff. I don't know. It looks like it kind of has two tiers of filling. It looks like a little bit more than just a regular Oreo. So I don't know if that's part of it or not, but I've got my milk here. But first I'm gonna just rotate. Look at that nice clean break right there. So that is what the filling looks like inside. And I don't know, what should I do? Eat the whole cookie, eat just the cream?
Let's see this.
What is that? Oh yeah, good call, man. That's why I pay you in rodeo burgers right there. So we got a nice little Peep imprint. This is really nice. I mean, that's a really solid looking design. This looks even prettier than it does on the package, which pretty much never happens in food. So let me try the, I'm gonna try the inside first. Flavor crystals. It's like Mint-A-Burst gum in 1999. Got those flavor crystals going. You know, I don't have a lot of use for just the Oreo cookie part. But, you know, it's a little reminiscent of Peeps, but it's more reminiscent of Oreo filling with crispiness. You know, it's not overwhelmingly peepy other than the color and obviously the, oh, whoa, there were other designs. Oh, bunny. Let's see here. Bunny, Peep, bunny. Okay, we have bunnies and Peeps, but but still, you got two different designs, which isn't advertised anywhere on the package. Dunk this thing in milk and actually eat it with the cookie part this time. Get a nice little dunk going here. All right, this is the true test, because this is how you're actually going to eat it. Probably. I don't know, unless you just suck the cream out and throw your cookies away. I'll tell you what. The little, like, I'm going to go in flavor crystals. The little flavor crystals make it a little bit better than a normal Oreo. And I feel like the cream does kind of take over the cookie just enough that, like, it's not like an overwhelmingly chocolatey sensation. Like, it's probably, like I said, a little closer to the double stuff than a regular Oreo. Really, I'm getting a good balance of the flavors, and you do kind of get that, like, crystallized sugar texture. You want to try one of these? They're pretty good, man.
What'd I get?
Yeah, what did you get? Peep. Is it Peep? All right, well, that's the superstar. Give it a dunk. Give it a, yep. Hold it in there, man. Don't be scared. Drown that Peep. So, you know, there are a lot of limited edition Oreo cookies that are coming out these days, and you really like it? I mean, it's pretty good, right? Would you say that's better than just a regular Oreo?
Yeah.
I mean, I would too. You know, it's tough because they're under pressure to always be coming out with new ideas. It seems like there's a new Oreo or sometimes two almost every single month. I try not to cover them too awfully much just because Oreos are so internet popular that you probably figure out what's good and what isn't pretty quick. But with the gimmick of combining it with the Peeps, I feel a real obligation to bring it to you because this is really my wheelhouse. You know, I actually preferred the Swedish Fish one to this, the Kroger exclusive Swedish Fish one last year. But I would say other than that, this is probably my second favorite, like rebranded Oreo with just like a crazy flavor added. This is really, really, really strong. And I've had most of them, so this is really a pleasant surprise. I would even say that the chocolate goes a little bit better than the golden cookie from last year. So I would say this is even better than the offering last year. So if you weren't super into last year's, I might even give it another shot. So really impressed. Really nice. And obviously, you know, just a great idea. It shows you what's possible when brands work together. You know, I like the idea of Peeps working with Nabisco to make sure that they're capitalizing on Easter as much as possible. Because let's face it, even though they're around pretty much year round at this point, really the only time you really are in the mood for Peeps is Easter. All right. Well, we got another cookie on our hands. This is the Cadbury Creme Egg Cookie. So, this one's going to be real interesting because you know, I like the Cadbury eggs, and I'm just wondering, you know, I would have put that little imprint. You know, they have that like cross imprint on it. The fact that they're missing that little detail is not a great first impression. It's a nice, smooth looking cookie. I mean, it's definitely well covered, but if they would have just done those little details, it would make me think better of the gimmick. Although really the gimmick's not in trouble as it is. So that's what they look like. They're nice. They're smooth looking. I'm gonna just take a bite into one of them so we can take a look at what the inside is. That's what the bottom looks like. Just kind of a regular textured bottom to it. All right. There you go. So, it looks like the inside of a Cadbury egg on a chocolate cookie. And it really does taste like a Cadbury egg, but usually what happens when you eat a Cadbury egg, like it's pretty much good for like one bite. You know what I mean? Like, it's too sweet, right? Somehow, even though a cookie is kind of sweet, it's still less sweet than Cadbury egg cream. So it's an upgrade. But the odds of you being able to eat 8 of these, unless you really got a sweet tooth going, are pretty freaking low. I mean, it's still very, very sweet. Inside, definitely distinctly Cadbury. You could put a blindfold on me, I would have known exactly what this is. Very Cadbury flavor. But the cookie is really not that great. I mean, especially after eating like an Oreo, like that cookie outside is really high quality, really good, really kind of the gold standard of supermarket cookies. This one, you know, first off, there's only one. So it's not enough like real cookie flavor in it to be good because it's a cookie. But like the cookie isn't super integrate. Like it breaks down really, really quick. It doesn't add a ton of flavor. It just provides a nice balance for the really strong Cadbury egg cream, you know, that usually you're stuck with. You know what I mean? So you want to try one of these too? Mm-hmm. Go for it. All right, go for it, man. It's interesting. I mean, the milk chocolate outside, it's a lot thinner than the Cadbury eggs, like the outside of a Cadbury egg. Like, you know how it's like super, super thick and you got to give it like a real committed bite? It's like a much thinner layer. And I would have liked, so here's what I would have liked, how I would have done it differently. I would have given it a thicker layer of chocolate on the outside, and I would have done that Cadbury pattern that we all know and love. Like I said, it's like a cross, and you know, like get the little egg look around it. You could have easily printed that on one of these things, but I think that if they would have done those little details better, then this would have come off as a more must-have Easter product. To me, this is just, it's a kind of interesting cookie to maybe try one time, but that's about it. It's pretty nice. I mean, look, this packaging is really nice. Got a real nice sheen to it. It has that good feel. You know what I mean? Like a texture. It's almost like a fabric. It's nice, right? This feels like a premium product. And, you know, at over $3 for 8 cookies, it is a premium product, let's face it. So it's pretty good. But I gotta say, all right, so what are we doing first? Gimmick, grade, or capsule countdown?
Gimmick.
Gimmick, all right. Well, the gimmick is the main event here. I gotta say, I'm in nearly a dead heat between these two. I'll lead with the Peeps Oreo. Peeps Oreo, I think it edges out the Cadbury Creme Egg Cookies just a little bit, but both are very high on a gimmick grade. You know, it's a 9 out of 10. It's way, way, way up there. It brought last year's gimmick, which was expected to return, to another level by adding the prints of the bunnies and of the Peeps. by changing the frosting, changing the cookie. The package is just beautiful. I mean, this is a real spring package. Like, this is really, really nice. This is one that belongs in the archive. It's really beautiful packaging and a great idea. It really is. It's just awesome. It's a 9 out of 10. Not literally perfect, but pretty darn close. And as far as Easter goes this year, I haven't seen anything better. So really impressed. Now, don't get me wrong. These Cadbury Creme Egg Cookies, I love the idea of putting Cadbury cream in a cookie. I love the package. The package is even sharper than the Peeps Oreos. It just has that. It just has such a beautiful look and feel. I just love it. Really impressed with the packaging. The execution did bring it down a notch. I showed you how I would take that to like just about a 10, but I'm gonna give it a 7.5. Strong, definitely strong. Worth getting because of the gimmick, but probably not worth calling up everybody you know and letting them know, like, hey, there's a Cadbury Creme Egg Cookie, which I would do if it were that cool. It's not quite there. So I give it a 7.5, but very solid, especially for like last place on the Easter review. It's pretty nice. And it's probably the second best gimmick in Easter candy and in just various goods that I've seen to this point this year. So really great job. Good to see it coming back every year and brought into that Cadbury egg fold. So now we're doing a capsule countdown. So we've only got 2, and I think you guys already know. Second place, just to keep on subject here, is the Cadbury Creme Egg Cookies. They are very sweet, not big on the cookie that's being used in this thing, but it's less sweet than a Cadbury egg. That's one thing that I'll definitely give it. It's very sweet, but less sweet than a Cadbury egg. So, you know, if you really like Cadbury eggs, you might grade it a little tiny bit higher, but probably not that much because it's missing some of the crucial elements. I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. I mean, it's okay. I would say maybe even, I might give it lower if I kept eating them, but 1 is perfect. So 1 is a 5 out of 10. If I had to eat all 8 of these, it might be like Cola Pringles by number 8. It's very sweet. It's a lot to take. And the cookie was not the same quality. I mean, you gotta admit, you had both back to back too. I mean, the cookie is not the same quality, and it is a cookie. So, number 1, once again, Peeps Oreo. So, Peeps Oreo is the winner of this Easter's capsule countdown, and man, it's pretty darn good. So, what did I give it for the gimmick grade? 9 out of 10? I would say taste is like probably not, it's not the strongest suit compared to the gimmick, so I'd give it an 8.5, but it's really close. Like, they're both really good. I love it. I love it in terms of, you know, how it looks, how it feels. This is going to be a product that people are going to be nostalgic about really soon. As soon as this thing disappears, people are going to be talking about Peeps Oreos. I guarantee it. This is a really strong product. It tastes great. I prefer it to even a regular Oreo, and it's the best, you know, limited time offering from Oreo in a very long time. So really impressed. Just really, really good. So I would go out and buy the Peeps Oreos while they're still out. Maybe buy a couple, throw some in your freezer or something. Really good. Really, really good. Especially in milk. Like, milk kind of breaks down that cookie outside, but you still get the crispy inside. You know, it's weird because you're not used to like the crunch maintaining. You cannot break down the flavor crystals inside the Peeps Oreos. Like, you just can't. It's crazy. So I really like it. 8.5 out of 10. Really, really good. You're getting up to that Burger King level. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a really happy Easter in a long time from now, like a few weeks from now. I hope your Easter is really awesome, and I hope that I just made it that little bit better. If you get something for Easter and I inspired that purchase, please let me know, because that would make me feel really good. But anyway, Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're doing reviews on a regular basis now, but also continuing to do the daily 80s or 90s commercial upload. So always keep your eye out for that. There's always something going on in Consumer Time Capsule every single day. Also follow me at ConsumerTC on Instagram and on Twitter. You'll see pictures and my views on pretty much anything you can eat or drink. So let's connect there, and let me know if you guys have any ideas for a future review. So thank you again for watching. Have a happy Easter, and I will catch you next time really, really soon. Thanks.